Oh man. Oh. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Tuesday Live with Adam So Fun, aka I guess with Adam Ratliff, aka Adam So Fun. Um so my other camera is not charged, so I have to wait. I'm trying to charge it up, so just gonna fill time. I'm gonna fill time because I wanted to work on my Tilda quilt. This is the Tilda. What does it say? What it's on? Blah blah blah. Free pattern for personal use only, whatever. It's the embroidery. I didn't print out page 1 or 2. Whatever. It's the embroidered flower quilt. The embroidered vase. This one. So this is a free pattern. You can go to Tilda's World, click on free patterns and then basics because it's just the solids collection. There are 44 colors in this thing. So yeah, I figured I would use that. I am using the Basel grid. So this is the grid thing. And I have to tell you, I am absolutely in love with my pressing mat. Let me turn you down. With my pressing mat with moisture barrier from Classy Creations. I actually took this to Sew Day with me the other day. It's, hi Sandra. Hi Debbie. It's big enough that it fits this 18 by 14, just laying out across it. Ooh, I want to make sure I have the, ooh, I need my pressing sheet. Well, I can't even get the thing on yet, so we're going to wait. We'll wait a second. But it is big enough to do all that. We're going to see if this works. I have the air conditioner on. I have the fan on. It's 110 degrees outside, so we're going to see if it blows it around. It might blow pieces around because it's blowing the stabilizer right now. And so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'm not going to do it. But whatever. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, I love your pressing mats or your wool mats or whatever you want to call them. I love them. Love, love, love. Oh, hey, I saw your text. I need to actually email you back. I should probably do that. That would be something that is important. That should be on my to-do list, an important to-do list. So that's what we're going to get to if we get there. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see if we get there. I had to move all this stuff. What thread do I use before precision piecing small blocks? What thread do you use for precision piecing small blocks? If I'm working with something that is like super tiny things, or like when I Judy Niemeyer paper piece, I use bottom line. That's not bottom line. I know there's some here. That's not bottom line. That's not bottom line. That's not bottom line. That's my filter. This isn't, I use silver. This is not silver, but I use bottom line. It is a 60 weight poly thread from Superior Threads. It was originally made for bobbins, which is why it's called bottom line, but it is super, super thin. It's not super, I mean, it's 60 weight. It's not 80 weight or 100 weight, but it is very thin. So when you have to press seams over, they just lay super, super flat because there's nothing to add bulk. So I like bottom line. For the most part, whenever I stitch, I'm using the Superior Threads Pima. It's funny that you asked that question because I had these over here. I just went to my local quilt shop because the other day, so first of all, they sold out of those panels. So if you saw the live on Saturday when I saw that panel that I liked, she already sold out of them. I walked in and one of the workers goes, "You caused a frenzy." And I said, "Wait, what did I do?" And she's like, "You went live. We sold out of those panels." I said, or she said something about the live. I said, "Oh, you sell a few more?" Because they had sold like 2 before I left. And she goes, "Not a few more. We sold out." And I started laughing. I'm like, "Oh, hey, great." But we were talking about threads because she wanted to carry a different type of thread. This is, how's the Infinity Beta doing? They're not going to fix that, or they're going to fix it, but it's not going to be a setting in the beta. So I'm just never going to use 724. I have a question out to them. So if you're getting the gear grinding, just don't use 724. Go back to 712, go back to 70 whatever, or like I did, I went back to 537. I know that one works. There's not going to be like, here, this fixes it, because it's something in the code this is what I think. It's something in the code, and until there's another beta, that 724 is not going to work. Now, will that be different in 3 days if I talk to somebody? Maybe, but we're all busy. So I put an email out. We'll see if I get a call back. But we were talking about different threads. She carries Aurifil. This is Superior Threads Pima. This is a 50 weight 2-ply. I love this stuff. I feel like it is super smooth going through my machine. It's still pretty thin to work with. Let's see. It comes in nice little packages. I knew I broke this. I just dropped this on the ground and I was like, there's no way that didn't break. So it has a nice sheen to it. There's a little luster, and it's a nice 50 weight. It's nice and thin, and it just stitches beautifully. I feel like that there's not as much lint as an Aurifil, but that it might be just me because I love it. Interesting enough, this has 1,200 yards. And Aurifil has 1,300, but if you look at it, it's 1,300 meters. So it actually has less thread on an Aurifil cone than this, because there's 1,182 yards, but this one has 1,200 yards. So it's more economical than Aurifil. I think Aurifil's selling like $17 a spool now, and I think most places you can get Pima for 10. I'm not 100% sure. I buy it whenever I was at the quilt show, but I was like, here, take one of these. So there's 4 kits. There's the pastels, darks, brights, and neutrals. I gave them the neutrals because I'm like, try it so you can see if you like it, and then you can bring it in, and then I can get it from you because then it'll be available local. So that's funny that you asked that question. Just finished my half string bag. Now to make it a tote bag. Oh my gosh, Roberta, I want to see it when you're done. Alexis is using Pima. That's awesome. Love it. So I did finish this. My chain link quilt. The video of doing the super cropped out areas here will be out tomorrow. Oh, I feel like it's not even big. My table's just high. So this is my chain link quilt. I love the way it turned out. I really do. I love the way it turned out. Let's see. Here's the back. I just kicked the box. So there's the back, lots of stitching. Somebody asked about what stitching the ditch does to the back. Let's see, where are some ditches? There's a ditch right here. Like you can't even tell. That's a good spot. Let's see. Why don't I just do that? So this has ditches stitched around it. And I mean, you can see it, but I don't feel like that's anything like bad. I like stitching the ditch. I am always a ditch stitcher. I put the top and bottom border. So there's actually going to be 2 more videos. There's one doing the cropping of the knotted rope. Don't mind my face. There's one that's going to be doing this border here and the vertical border and going in and cropping it super cropped so you can't even tell that there's you were cropping things. And then I did one turning the quilt and doing one of these borders after you turned it. So yeah, hopefully they should both be out this week. I think I'm gonna have one come out Friday and one come out. Thank you for loving my colors. Thank you. Hopefully one is coming out this week and one is coming out one is coming out tomorrow, and then the other one will come out Friday. And then God, I do have fun things to share. This came in the mail today. So this is the So Tight's magnetic cutting system. So it has the magnetic cutting mat and ruler. There's the whole box. It was here whenever I got home today. So I'll do an unboxing video. I actually have to cut some more flannel, and so I'm going to use it on the flannel because flannel is stretchy and I don't like to work with it. So I figured, why not just try something that you know that will hold it down. Let me put this color back because now I'm going to forget where I got it. So that came in the mail. This also came in the mail. So this was from Heart of a Quilter, and I've been posting some stuff about it. Where's my scissors? I think I left them in the other room. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Scissors. Stephanie, if you're still on, will you please tell Mary thank you? I got this in the mail, quilt squares and 0 cares. That's so me. Every time I read this, so I think quilt squares and 0 calories, and I'm like, is this backwards? Is this backwards for everybody or just for me? I think I can fix that. Now can you read it? Was it backwards? Can you read this? Now it looks right for me. Quilt squares and 0 cares. So am I backwards now? Now I don't even know. I feel like I need to call someone. Are you watching? Am I backwards? Where's my phone? Oh my gosh. No, that's my old phone. There's just so much. Oh, I found my phone. Okay, good. Am I back? Okay, so LaDonna, am I back? Did it fix it? I wonder if it. I'm perfect. I'm not backwards. I changed it. So did I change it and now I'm backwards? You just let me know if it's backwards. I'll go back the other way. I wonder if it was only backwards for me. Whatever. Quilt squares, 0 cares. I love this. I think this is great. Thank you, Mary. And Stephanie, if you see Mary, tell her thank you. It was sitting on the bar, and I don't think Ben even saw it. This was, I looked correct both ways. Perfect. It was backwards for me. Somebody told me the other day I was backwards, and I'm like, am I? This was that panel that I was talking about. Don't try to buy it. It's sold out. But if she gets more in, I'll let you know. Back to Heart of a Quilter. So Heart of a Quilter, Nicole. I met Nicole when I was at the New England Quilt Expo. And she had all of these quilts that were the Alaska quilts. And there may or may not be a pattern from Pro Stitcher coming out for the Alaska quilt. So I reached out, and may or may not be. I reached out to her and I said, hey, any chance you have a random, because this is what people do, right? Any chance you have a random Alaska quilt laying around the house that isn't quilted that you'd like me to quilt for you? And she said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me right now? And I said, no. She goes, I don't have one, but let's see. I'm so excited. This is so Heart of a Quilter. You should go follow her, Heart of a Quilter, Nicole. And if you are in New England area, she is a Deb Tucker instructor. So she does the Deb Tucker 180. Is that what they are? 180 rulers. I could find mine if I wanted to, but I don't want to right now because I'm live. But she does the Deb Tucker rulers. She made this in a week, start to finish. Like, I think she actually did it faster than that. I was shocked. And she said, she was actually at Deb Tucker University. And she's like, okay, so I'm here getting recertified, blah, blah, blah. If I can get this done this week, I will send it to you. I don't know if it's going to happen. And what I love is she went out, she did some crazy colors. I've never seen one in this colored like this. I love it because me, I like color. And she got it done in a week, guys. I was shocked. So this is the back with all of her perfect piecing. Look at this. I'm so excited. Uh-oh, which way? That way. I'm not tall enough to use this. Oh, and it's beautiful grunge. Oh, this is all grunge. Let me see. Oh, I love grunge. I didn't like grunge in the beginning. I like it now. So I'm not tall enough to hold it all the way up. I don't want to stretch it. I don't want to handle it too much. Gosh, her points are perfect. So there, this is what you get. We'll do one of these. Amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to quilt it. Like I said, I love the colors. It's so different from all the other ones I've seen. So yeah, she made this in a week. So make sure, go follow her. Tell her she's amazing. I'll post some pictures of it and do some things. It was fun because she was doing little teasers like, this is going out in the mail. Guess where it's going to end up? She's better at that than me. I didn't do any teasers. I just opened the box and showed you. So I don't want to, if this were mine, if any of you know, if this were mine, I would just throw it somewhere. But it's not mine. I'm going to treat it nice. Respectful. I really want to hang it on my wall and forget that I have it. She has a picture of it on her site. Great. Oh, you know what? I'll link her. Let me see. She's going to start a blog up. Super nice. Oh my God. So nice. So yeah, go give her some love. There we are. I need some water. Luckily I have that. Is there anything else in here that I have to show you? I do have some kind of very big news. I'm trying to show you all this stuff before I have to tell it. I friended her from one of your previous lives. She is very lively. She did that video. I reposted a video of her doing, what did she do? She called it the grid method of like piecing a quilt together. I just did that on a quilt. Oh, where's that quilt? Is it on the floor somewhere? I just finished the flannel quilt. Kind of finished. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show off my binding. So I made a flannel quilt. You've seen pictures. 2 days ago, I hated it. Today I finished piecing, putting the blocks together. It's better. It's going to be very comfortable to cuddle with, but I don't know if I like it. And this will come into, I'm calling this the week of shocks and announcements, because yesterday I did binding. Today we haven't got there yet. And then I'll go live on Thursday for the last of the announcements. But here's my flannel quilt. This is just the pattern is one of the Villa Rosa patterns. I keep going the wrong way. So huge blocks. They're like 18 by 19. So it went fast. I actually enjoyed making the quilt, minus the flannel part. I'm just not a fan of using flannel. Again, it's going to feel so great whenever I cuddle up with it. And whenever Ben cuddles up with it, I am putting another border on it, which is what I'll use that new, the So Tights Sew Magnetic Cutting System with. But I told them they've only sent out a few of those, and because they're still in pre-production, they're still pre-selling them. And they sent me one. They're like, use it. We want to know what you think, and da-da-da. And so I told them I would do some videos and stuff. Just finished my chain link quilt top that started tonight. So glad I haven't done it so a long time frame. Hey, you know what, Michelle? You can do it in the time frame, but so long, you also get to finish it whenever you want. And the first shock of the season, I did binding yesterday. in the zigzag binding. I actually called my mom because I still have those quilts my mom made. I'm going to see her tomorrow for 4 minutes or on Thursday for 4 minutes when we stop to use the restroom on our way up to Sacramento. But I said, hey, do you have binding for your quilts? Or do I need to go to a quilt store and get you some? She goes, I thought you would bind them. You posted yesterday that you love binding. I said, no, I didn't say I love binding. I said that I did binding. This is one of my corners. I always do a different color on my bottom left corner. So, all right. Are we ready for the news? You all should sit down. You should sit down for this. I wasn't sure when I was going to tell everyone, and I was talking to Ben. He's like, you should just rip the Band-Aid off. But I am going to be, oh God. I'm leaving Handy Quilter at the end of the year. I'm going to leave the education team. I'm still going to make videos. I'm still going to have relationships. But I'm leaving the education program as of Thanksgiving this year. And so here I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. It's starting to get out there. So I figured I should just come out and tell everybody. I will still be around educating. I think who knows what's going to happen. My thought on this is it will give me an opportunity to go more places that I can't right now. Because right now I'm a Handy Quilter educator. I work for a Handy Quilter. April, it's 100% my decision. It was not an easy decision to make, but it is 100% my decision. Right now I have to, I can work at, I'm not going anywhere. I am staying with myself and I'm not leaving companies. I'm still have a relationship everywhere. So I'm still going to make videos, still doing the Pro Stitcher things and stuff. You're still going to see me. I'll still be me. I'm not dead. But I'm going to leave the education program. So you'll still see me teaching at shops. You'll see me around. This will give me the opportunity to maybe pick up and teach at some shows, which is something I'd be interested in. It gives me the opportunity to teach at other places that are not Handy Quilter specific. So I know some of you have Genomes and some of you have Baby Locks. So I can, there's other machines out there that use Pro Stitcher. So it gives me a chance to kind of expand my reach and, get out there a little more. And Carrie, most importantly, it's going to give me more time at home, which is a huge thing. I'd like to see the zit right here. I've been home for now a week and a half. I have to say I'm loving it. I really am loving it. Sandra, I'll definitely come to Brazil. I would love to. Oh my gosh. You didn't have to finish. So we'll see. We'll see what 2024 has in store. I know that as of now, I am going to be doing a lot of stuff like show wise. I'll be doing most of the big shows. I'll be working with Superior Threads. So I can then, let's see. Yes, I get to do my own education and I can travel as much as I want or as least as I want. It'll be nice. There's already a few retailers. Like I said, it's starting to get out. So there's already a few retailers who have reached out and said, what do we need to do so you can still teach here and stuff. And there's a few things I had to ask questions wise with leaving, what that meant along the way for me and retailers and relationships there and stuff. So it's scary, but it's exciting. Will I ever change long arm brands? I don't see that happening. I'm not leaving because I don't like Handy Quilter. That is definitely not that. I love my machines. And I think you can see that even though, let's be honest, even though 724 is not working for my machine, I mean, it's working for some of you. Great. That's what I love is that, 724 fixed a lot of things that needed to be fixed to let us edge to edge and crop. My machine actually stitched really great, but I was getting that gear grind anytime I shut it down. So I'm just okay, no, I don't want that. But even whenever I updated to 724 and I used Connect, if you watch that video, the like joy and excitement and shock by how easy it was to update, like all of those, like all that's true. Like I am 100% genuine. It's even down to like whenever I talk about products, because there's people who are like, hey, will you talk about my product? And I'm like, no, because if it's not something I would use, if it's not something that I like, I'm just not going to do it, you know? And sorry, yes, Roberta. I did text Angie a few days ago so she could hear it before she heard it from the grapevine. Yeah, so it's I still like there's no ill will. Like I'm just so you come that well, I'll definitely be at Angie's next year, probably. We'll have to talk to her next week. Yeah, so it's exciting. It's an exciting time. There's a lot of things that I want to do. Like I love the long arm thing. I love teaching. I would really like to just like do a retreat somewhere that has nothing to do with long arms, because I also like to piece and I use a lot of different things. You know, we've used the So Kind of Wonderful rulers in the sew-alongs. I'm trying to develop some quilt patterns that I want to release. I have them. I just need to like sit down and write them and do stuff. So there's a lot of things that I want to do. I just don't have time to do it. So hopefully this gives me the time to do some of those other things. I know that if I ever wanted to go back, Handy Quilter would say like, yes. Michelle, it's because you have a big heart. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting year in 2024, like to see what happens. You should do a piecing boot camp, then a pro stitcher boot camp. Okay, so I would love to do like a thing where well, one, I would just love to have my own retreat center. Everybody send me money. No, I'm just kidding. Remember, I always laugh because when that building came up and I'm like, I just need $4.5 million. And then some of you were like, everybody send them $196 and we can buy it. Depending on which followers you were looking at. It's there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like me and Mickey have all these ideas and I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's weird. It's exciting. It's scary. You know, will I come teach at New England Quilt Expo again? I hope they ask me, because I can still teach. It's like I said, I'm not dead. I'm just not going to be Handy Quilter national educator. I can just be Adam, so fun, and long arm educator, and just an all around fun guy. And I can wear a mushroom hat, so I can be a fun guy. I'm so stupid. But yeah, who knows what's going to go on. But I like I said, it's getting out there to some shops already. So I should have probably told them before I told you guys. I had some that I need to email and be like, hey guys, just a heads up. Because there's shops I work with every year, and you know, definitely I won't be able to go to all of them because I want to like take a step back and kind of get some more like me time. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to teach. Like I love teaching. I love teaching you all, but I really love teaching people who have never touched the long arm. There's something about teaching someone who like comes in scared. I always tell people this, that people will come in, they're scared to move the machine. You know, the day one, we might be basting the top edge of a quilt. They're going so slow. One time somebody's like, does it go any faster? And I said, yeah, you need to move your hand. Like you're moving it. And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. And by the end of beginning of day one, when you're doing those stitches to the end of the final day, when they're just like, and I'm like, slow it down. You don't have to go quite that fast. You know, those are just what I love. You know, all the little tips when I go live and I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to do this really quick. Watch how I do it. Like those things, those like out of the box, like I would have never thought about that. Somebody did actually message me today and ask about stitching stitching a row one direction and then having it stitch back the opposite direction. And Bridget, that would be awesome if I was the featured educator at HQ Academy. That would be amazing. But stitching one way and then coming back and like having the machine stitch backwards. And she's like, yeah, somebody saw a video that you did. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I've ever made a video of that. Honestly, I should make a video of that. People ask how to do it all the time. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I think that if you, how do I word this? But most people have more like most of the people have already have issues with things with Pro Stitcher. And if you could figure out how to go have it stitched to the left to right and then back right to left, and you figured out how to do that, then you're ready to do that, basically. Because a lot of people hit bars or have issues with advancing and stuff. And when you're stitching 2 rows at a time, not just one, and you have to like be aware, like, oh, I'm doing this and that. It just adds one more factor. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but whatever. I might make a video because I think it'd get a ton of watches. I should make it just for the views. Thank you, Sandra. How many guys you want? And that's awesome. I want to come to Oregon so bad. I want to come for vacation though. Let's see. Wish you all the best. Come to Riverside County. Any store. Temecula has a great retreat wine country. Temecula has a fantastic downtown. Is that where we went to downtown? Downtown Temecula? Is that where it's all super cute? The olive oil place there is amazing. But I did just hear about, I think I heard about Saturday that Temecula had a little retreat center. Babs, I love that you got a machine because you wanted me as an instructor. That's amazing. Pam, don't be scared of your machine. It doesn't bite. It just stitches. And not always where we want it, right? You guys are being so nice. Will I do private lessons? Probably not for the most part. It's private lessons are so hard, and there's so much, especially like maybe next year. I don't know. Maybe like only time will tell. But I don't know. Private lessons are hard just because there's so much other stuff going on that I have to get to. And so like I get my little hour here and 20 minutes there and stuff, but it's to try to cut out a block of time in the middle of that is kind of hard. Rebecca, I hate hearing that you haven't used your Simply 16. Go and do something. Look, and I always tell people that like sometimes you just have to practice. So you're going to see under everything, but I have just an extra I had a wide back. I cut the wide back off, loaded it up. I did figure out how I can load the magnets on my back bar. So we'll talk about magnets next week in my YouTube video. So we'll look at those. But this was also just some extra wide back that I had. So I loaded it up. So now I can just free motion quilt something, do something fun for me. You just got to practice and don't be bad on yourself. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Claire, I got married in Sun River. I actually got my machine from Bill at Cynthia's of Bend. So please remember South Dakota. Never. I don't know anyone in South Dakota. Just kidding, Carrie. What's the best place to do in-person training? Check with your local shop. Where do you live, Mavis? I always say, check with your local shop. Most shops bring in educators a few times a year. I'm one of 40. There probably is at 40 right now, but we fluctuate anywhere between 30 and 40. So see if there's a shop having anything around you. I always say sign up for emails, go to Handy Quilter, go to find a retailer, put in your address and say, search whatever area you'd be willing to drive to. Get on those email lists and see when they're having events. I know that Dayton, Virginia has educators out a few times a year. I was there for a week. They're a great shop to work with. They're the only one that I've been into in Ventura in Virginia. They do, but Hillsboro, Texas is way better. Is that in response to the Dallas, Texas? I have a lot of quilt friends in Dallas or the Dallas area. Oh my gosh, some of you are becoming friends. I do love that. Hope you're doing your videos. You make me so much. My friend's so heavy when I free motion. If your machine is feeling heavy when you're free motioning, you probably are not taking your gears off, which you need to go to your Pro Stitcher tab. In the ribbon, there's a button that says gears. You want to make sure those are purple for free motion, orange for Pro Stitcher. You ordered rear handles for pantographs. Awesome. I was just actually, Bill's Long Arm Club. Tell Bill I said hello. He is probably one. He's just a great guy. I went in early on. I had an issue and I was just describing it, and he, boom, knew exactly what I was doing and was like, "Here, this is how you fix it." Let's see. Fort Worth, slightly different artistry friends doing fancy handled stilettos. They are. Wait, are they going to be? Are you asking or telling me, Roberta? I think they are going to be in Wisconsin. They are. I never shared this. I should share this. They live in Columbia, Missouri. And so Sawyer Creek Artistry is where I get my fancy wood turn stuff. And let's see. When we were in Columbia, Mickey and I went to dinner at their house. They're just some of the nicest people. But I got to go to the studio. So I got to see, where's mine? So this is the stiletto I have. And it's a stiletto on one side and seam ripper on the other. I love these. But this is the end product. And we got to see where it starts. So that blue on top is basically what this turns into. So he had, let's see, there we go. Oh, that's why I had it mirrored before. I should put it back. Whatever. So yeah, we got to see kind of the pre stuff, and I'll post a picture. They're so fantastic. I love them. They're so nice. Let's see. Off topic. Gave you advice like week to prep for hurricane. We've been preparing since Sunday. Oh, I'm so sorry for all of you in Florida. Keep praying for Florida and the hurricane. Freeze a cup of water and put a quarter on top in the freezer. We did not do that. We actually came out pretty easy, but will I link the site? SAW Creek. It's funny because he wood turns all of these in his so Sawyer Creek Artistry is linked now. They have seam rippers. They do handles for crochet hooks. They do like a whole ratchet wrench set. They make a lot of stuff. He makes a lot of different wood things. Pam, it is linked. Phyllis, you better open the box. That's probably a good idea. They also make these, which are Handy Quilter specific. It's their Handy Quilter tool, and it has the Allen wrench, so you don't lose it. I keep it hanging on a thing in the closet. But it's a beautiful necklace, gorgeous, stunning, fantastic. Oh, who's that you're wearing? Sawyer Creek Artistry. Change your needle. God, I'm stupid. I'm going to have more time at home to do dumb things like that. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Cool. He does beautiful work. Razor blades is my. Oh, okay. I had to read that for the second time. Yeah, I some people use the razors. I like a seam ripper. I like a seam ripper a lot. Oh gosh, what else? I'm trying to think of what else. That was the big news. That's shocking news number 2. So, guess what number 3 is? Number 3 is good news, I think. I'm excited about it. Thursday. We'll find out on Thursday. Christy, I say I'm stupid funny. Does that work? Oh my God. I do like that. My mom, weren't you going to put binding on? You love it now. I do love how that did that, though. I love how it looks not doing it. The number 1 was I did binding. Yesterday was my first big news. I did binding. It was shocking. It came out so good. I was pleasantly surprised. There will be a video on that. That's a video that's coming out from Janome. Part of my being a Janome maker. For those who didn't know, I'm a Janome maker. So I basically do stuff with their machines and post about it and stuff. And so I have to submit things like 4 times a year for that. And this will be the 4th quarter submission. Oh, Corona's so far away. I want to come to a quilt guild. Wait, you meet a lot. 2nd and 4th Mondays? Gosh, we can't even have the guild meet once in the summer here. I guess it's a little bit hot. I wonder, let me see. I'm moving around. I gotta. Oh, that doesn't work that way. I should know that. I want to go. I'm still here. Why is this not coming up? So trying to get onto this website is so hard. There we are. Allow, mute, turn down, enter. And ow! I'm trying to get the other camera set up, but I think I might have made a mistake. No, that turned it off. Settings, camera, back camera. There we are. There we go. And I don't think you want to look at my dirty. Let's see how long that holds. Okay, we're also going to see if we get an echo. Hope not. Hope not. Oh, echo. Echo. Everyone can hear me? Yay. Okay, let's see. Where will you find the Janome videos that I release? Yes. I'll repost it. It's on their blog, their Janome Maker blog, and then it'll be on their YouTube channel. We have a lot of activities. Oh my gosh, I love that there's this whole like come be in my guild happening at the same time. You know, I love when you all make friends. Also, you're going to see I'm not using my Lore Star. because it's in the other room and I didn't feel like rolling it in here. Because that's me. So we're going to talk this grid stuff. So this is the Basel grid. Let me move some of my things out of the way. You're upside down. I understand. But I think it's going to be okay for you. These are, some people have asked, these are art bins from Joann's on clearance. They were marked at $13. I got them for $7. Because you know what? I like a deal. I need something to put my computer on because I don't like putting it right on the thing. We'll put it on a book. So when you are, there we go. So I have my two bins, and these are all, whatever, they're here. Basically, color one is blue. I'm trying to see. You got to be way over there. I'm moving the key. Well, I don't want to do that. Whatever. Color one is blue. And that's like the background color. And so you'll see there are tons of blue squares. And then, so what I did is I cut all the rest of the colors. So in case you're doing this quilt, I cut all the rest of the colors. So this right here, I keep saying is 1, but it's really 2. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 20 colors in here, but really we go to 21. And then over here, we get the rest of them. We get the 43. And on the pattern, it tells me, like there's the grid. This is made up of 9 smaller grids, 9 smaller units. So each of these units are 14 by 18, not inches, but grid squares. So like you end up getting this. So this right here is this right here, big. And it tells you each color and where to put them. So there's numbers and colored. I don't really pay attention to the colors. I look at the numbers, and then if I am confused, I'll look back and say, well, what color is that supposed to be? Luckily here, there was a lot of blue. Some people were like, why didn't you just do long strips? Because I'm following a pattern, and that's what the pattern says to do. Because I'm a pattern listener. There's probably a million different ways I could do this, but I'm just going to follow the pattern. So when you're using this Basel grid, let's see. Yes, like cross stitch. It's actually, the pattern's called embroidery or what, or something like that. Embroidered vase, or we'll just call it that. Let me see. I'm going to pull this closer to you, which is not very comfortable for me because now I have to reach all the way over. Oh, you know, I need my pressing sheet. Let me see if I know where I put it. That's not so. Look at that. I found it. So this is just an applique pressing sheet. I actually bought it when I was in Colombia. One side, I can feel that this is usually side down, so I'm going to turn it over. And this one doesn't feel, or this one feels fine. So when I hit it at the first time, it'll start laying flat again. It has been folded. So it has a little bit of thing. Would this be similar to a watercolor quilt? Sure. I'm trying to think of a watercolor quilt. The watercolor quilts I've seen are more like applique, so I would say no, but maybe. The other thing, we were just talking about this. I think this has, what's that? Did it get scratched? I think these have fiberglass in them, so you're not supposed to cut them. Just side note. So my pattern, basically, I need all blues, and then I need all blues but one number 3. So I'm going to grab my one number 3, which is cappuccino. There we are. I wonder if I turn this way. I just don't want to knock my computer off of my table. That would be horrible. purple. So I need one cappuccino and a lot of blues. And I have a lot of blues. And so what I was doing when I was making that first piece is I just worked in like a few rows at a time. Oh my gosh, the fan's going to drive me nuts. I knew it would. And you're just going to stick them in and put them on the grid. And it is marked. It has lines, so I can see. I can also see the fan blowing those pieces up. I try to get them perfect-ish, but if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I don't care about that. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, fantastic. And keep going, keep going, keep going. These got folded, these got folded over some, so I will hit them with an iron, but not on top of my little thing because it will melt it. And go from one end to the other. And so I think I worked maybe 4 rows at a time at the shop. It was funny because I took my mat and I took my iron and I took all this. I had to cut my my grids out because Basel, there's another brand. There's a 10 Sisters, which is another company who makes this kind of fusible grid. They do tons of different sizes, and then they write patterns just with their grid. Really smart, great idea. I actually like their stuff. It's just a lot more pricey, and I can cut my own grid here. They actually do 9 by 18, I think. So you needed 2 of them for it. I would have to split this up into 2. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it the easy way, and I'm just going to follow the pattern. Now I'm going to look here, and I have this 3. I need to go, like, it's kind of counting cross stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll put my spot there, and then I'll go in and fill my blues. And this is it. I'm just going to fill up this whole piece. And when it's done, that's when we get to go and stitch it. And I'll probably just do that later in a live. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. There won't be anything shocking. Oh, you know what will be shocking? That it's so fast. It really is fast. I finished stitching it the other day, and I came out, and Ben's like, wow, you're done already? For those of you who don't know, Ben is a quilter. So when I finish something like that, he's shocked. But you see, there's a little kind of gap between the rows, and that gap is what lets you fold the row straight on the lines, and then it's just as easy as stitching, doing your 1/4 inch, and everything's stuck together. I'm just putting those there. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. I'm going to finish this 3rd row, and then I'll fuse it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is number 26. So what I'm doing is I'm looking here, and I can reference where right under the 3 there's a color, but there's also one to the left and right. So I always kind of look at both areas, or like all the rows, and make sure things line up. So I need a number 26. So 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you start remembering what colors are what. Like 40 is lilac ice, lilac mist. 22, 23, 24, 40. I need, I was looking at the wrong page, a 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And a blue, and then 2, and then 2 blues. So there were some people that were posting tips about doing this. One of them said she puts a piece of like just glue stick and like water soluble glue on the back, and then she glues it here before she actually hits it with the iron, which is a really great tip because it keeps them from moving. But they are movable because it's just like water soluble. I love right now, like if you're a paper piecer, I use glue sticks when I'm setting or starting pieces, and when I'm gluing to the paper at the beginning. And right now, glue sticks are on sale because it's back to school. So go to your Walmart or your Target, your Target, or your Wally World, and get yourself a glue stick, a pack of them. And I just buy them by the 20 pack, just in case. So now, put a straight pin in the, well, the grid's not really moving. It is right there, but it's not hurting. But yeah, that's a good thing to hold your grid down. Let's see. I'm going to this thing. I was noticing that my pressing sheet was getting staticky the other day, so that was not a good thing. Let's see. So I'm going to come and iron away. We'll move that. Come in. If any of you are just like so heartbroken about the news of me leaving HQ, you can always go to Hawaii in October. I'm gonna be at the Arts and Quilt Festival, and one of the days is just a tour of the island. They're hiring a tour guide to take us around. So I'm hosting a tour. We get to go hang out. We get to be friends. We get to talk quilting. We get to see some sights. Most importantly, we get to shop. You know me. Bring money because I'm going to talk you into everything you need. What do you call this method? Yes. I don't know. Fusible grid method? Follow the pattern method. Ooh, that one got off. Ooh, that's hot. Is it still hot enough for you to take off? See, this is the one bad thing. It did come off. Let's see if it works. I did cut a few extra blues. Oh, that worked. My thing is, if it gets off a little bit and it's in the seam allowance, I'm okay because that seam allowance is going to take care of it. I try to look through and I can see that same corner. Kind of shift it a little bit, shift it back. And then once it's down, it's usually down for good. And then just press it. Don't knock your computer off the table. It's kind of therapeutic. Therapeutic's the wrong word. What word am I looking for? I don't know. It's nice. Just like, here we are. Linda, you saw my Tussie Musty at the HQ. I think it's about time I get that back. I need to figure out those. So those challenge quilts we do, and then 5 years later they return it to us, and and then it's ours. So we didn't. We were gifted the top. We were challenged to quilt it in a way that the original creator would have never imagined. And then they went on display for Handy Quilter for 5 years, and then we get them back. I know one of our educators, the day that the 5 years was up, sent them an email and said, are you going to send me my quilt now? It was a pretty spectacular quilt. So let's see. And now I have my first 3 layers, or my first 3 rows fused. And then at the shop, I would just grab this and then advance it. I was actually working towards me. So I pushed it up, did my next 3 or 4, fused it until they were all done. So that's it. Roberta, we'll see you next week. I'm looking forward to it. Bring all your friends. For those of you, if you're in the Wisconsin, no. Yeah. We're at the Madison Quilt Show. I'll be at the Madison Quilt Show. So, there we are. I'm not going to do this whole thing because that would take forever. And I actually have like some other things I got to do today. But I did want to, people were asking, so I wanted to show you how I was doing this and how it's done. And like I said, I'll try to finish this tonight and then come on tomorrow and show you the stitching part. It's so easy. It is so easy. It made it so fast. Let's see. Oh, nice. Let's see. Okay, let me go. I'm coming back up to read. Let's see. Maybe I like a fix that quilt. Put straight in. Hi from Minnesota. Oh, that makes sense. The grid I'm using is just Basel 2-inch grid. You can buy it. Let's see. I'm going to remove this. And we'll do that. You can. Some quilt shops have it. It is. You can just like buy it off a bolt. Where's my bolt? Where's my bolt? It was just in the way, and I moved it. Whatever, you know what a bolt looks like. You can get it right on. You can get a bolt of it, and that's what this kit. So if you're interested in this kit, Apple Tree Quilting Center in Columbia, Missouri. I know they had some kitted up. I don't know how many they had left. They had, I think, 3 left when I was there, and I think one person took one home, so they might have 2. But it was the fabric and the stabilizer, and I want to say it's $200. So there's, like I said, there's 43 colors. The pattern, they printed the pattern out for you too, so that's nice. But it's Basel. This is the 2-inch fusible grid. There is, I think Basel does a 2-inch and maybe a 1.5. If you're looking for other sizes, look at 10 Sisters. They do a bunch of different sizes. Let's see, kind of cross stitch. Yes. Jenna, I'm still going to be making videos. I'll still be out there teaching in some places. But yes, I am leaving HQ. Not until the end of the year. So I still have some education events I'm doing this year. Still going to Grand Rapids. Definitely. I'm so excited for these next 2 shows because I've never been. And people talk about how great the Wisconsin show is. A lot of people, it's their favorite show because it just gets a lot of advertising because it's put on by like the local PBS, if I'm correct. And so they just really love that show. Grand Rapids, I hear, is just fun and beautiful. So looking forward to both of them. Oh my gosh, everybody in the hurricane, like praying for you. Stay safe. That's the most important thing. Unplug your machines. I came to turn mine on the other day and it didn't turn on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We unplugged it for the hurricane. A lot of times, because we don't get a lot of weather here, especially in the summer, it's just hot. Michelle, I already showed it, but I can show it again. If I'm quilting late and then getting up early, I usually don't unplug it. And I turned it on and then it was not working. I'm like, oh my gosh. So here's my finished. And I quilted it. Everything is quilted just like Pro Stitcher, the directions, except for this, my square blocks. I I didn't put any stitching in them. I just did a stitch down the center. As of now, I wish I made it bigger. But yeah, this is it. It was, I like the quilt. I wish the blocks were bigger. I like bigger quilts. I want something I can get under and snuggle. Let's see. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jet because like I said, I have other things to do that I've been putting off. And you know what? Thank you all for your, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Your kind words. You got this. Thank you for being sad. That's mean. But no, it's been fun. Like I said, I'm leaving HQ, but I'm still going to be support. That's the one I'm looking for. Kelly, you know me too well. Thank you all for your support. I'm like I said, I'm very much looking forward to next year. Who knows? Maybe you'll see me walking down the street with Kelly McKenzie over at Genome. Just in case you ever put somebody's name as Genome into your phone, it will definitely not say Genome, but it will say Genome. Kelly McKenzie is the reason I have a Genome M7. So claps. Oh, she's also the one who taught me how to do that binding yesterday. Claps for Kelly. She got me to like binding just a little tiny bit. So we will see you all in the next one tomorrow. I'm going to finish this. Now I just set myself. I was talking, hi, Mick. I was talking to Mickey this morning and she's like, we keep doing this to ourselves. We keep adding stuff to our plates. And then we're like so tired and we don't get anything done. And I just added something else to my plate and I would be so tired, but I'm going to get it done. And we'll see you tomorrow so we can stitch this. And I'll have 2 panels of 9 done. I should say, Ben, I should show you how to do this and see if you like it. Come to Canada. Come up to Canada to the National Genome site. Oh, I do have a friend in Canada who is a Genome educator. He's going to be in Palm Springs. Michael, Genome Michael. Wait, I think I have the wrong person. Hold on. No, I'm not going to say that. Do any of you, actually, I do have a question before I leave. Do any of you have a Genome Excellence 780? Oh, I did get it right. Okay, good. Kelly, Genome Kelly, I might call you. I actually have a question. I forgot to ask you this earlier. Where is he? I know he sent me a message. He's so good with embroidery. I always watch him embroider. Mm-hmm. Yes, the social quilter, Michael Smith. There's two Michael Quilters, and I just started getting confused. So yeah, I watch him do all this M7 embroidery stuff. He's so good. So or his M17. I think he uses M17. Oh no, I was watching him make monsters. Okay, guys, I got a jet. We'll talk to you all later, and love you. For those of you in the hurricane, stay safe, please. Let us know when you're okay. And at the end of the day, it's just quilting. Who cares? Have a good time. All right, bye, guys.